Welcome to Baritone Call. We got something cool for you guys tonight. Over here, we've got the Moog Sub 37 tribute. Boy, can you do a lot of cool things with this as far as in the context of writing and creating and that type of stuff with your songs. And we were talking about, well, how we want to demo this thing. It just has endless possibilities. We don't have any plugins for synths or anything like that. We have this on a lot of our songs. We plug it right into a tube head and mic it on a cab and run it through a mic pre and into the DAW. What I decided to do is we have some songs here that are just about done before we send them out to be mastered. So there's a bunch of Moog parts on these songs. And so I thought, what a great way to kind of showcase how we use it. I'm assuming a lot of you guys are guitar players and hopefully some bassists. And I know there's guys that are into the synths, and it really just adds to your song, the width, the texture, whatever you want to call it. So I think to maybe give you guys a good idea, we will play some sections of maybe 3 different songs, and we will solo it, and we'll mute it, and let's get right into it. And we'll cover a couple other things in this episode. We'll talk about the new UAD delay pedal. I'm going to talk about tubes. I'm going to talk about tubes for a minute. And a couple other things. So it's not just going to be the Moog. All we're doing down here is we're writing songs. So right now we've got songs 6, 7, and 8 getting mastered. There's 5 of them out on the channel. And we're working on 13 and 14 right now. So we've got actually quite a bit done. You guys haven't seen us for a minute. Bunch of new people on the channel. Thank you. We've got some cool stuff coming, but let's get right into this. We'll get you some music, and you guys haven't heard any of this, so let's do this. And this song is actually going out to Backroom Studios this week, and so I'm gonna play it with the Moog in, and then I'll let you know when we're taking it out. We'll solo it and just give you an idea of a little section. I think you guys will enjoy this rather than watch me kind of play on this thing. So. Okay, we'll bring it right back to the beginning of that section, and I'm going to solo the Moog. So. And you can kind of hear I'm following the notes of the progression on the Moog. And then there's just unbelievable. It's like a maze of creative fun. If you have been on the fence of getting a Moog and you are into writing songs, this is just amazing amounts of fun. You'll get trapped in the Moog hole for like hours. I've been on this thing and go, oh my gosh, 2 hours. So let's get right back to this. So you heard me solo it. I'll take it off the solo, and then I'm going to play it, and then I'm gonna mute the Moog, and then I'm gonna unmute it. We'll mute it, so what you're gonna hear, it's not gonna have the Moog in it. And then I'll click it on. Okay, you guys get that. Let's move through some of this stuff so we're not stuck on this one thing here. I want to try to keep this fun and make it interesting for you guys. So let's find another section here. And this is just kind of a fun post-rock. You know, this is, pretty easy to write, fun. We need those over here. Not doing all the difficult, harder stuff. Got to keep it fun. So I'm going to play this beginning section with the Moog in. Here we go. Okay, so it helps like thicken, widen, more substance. And another nice thing is you can use it to transition in and out of sections to kind of bridge little type of gaps in your song. That really didn't do that too much, so let me play the solo on that beginning section. And you know, sometimes when you hear it soloed, it doesn't, you're like, oh yeah. But in the context of the song, it's killer. So here it is. Gives you that little extra something. Okay, let's get into a little bit of a heavier song here. All right. We're going to play it with everything going. Here we go. Sounds crazy. So we're going to bring it right back to that section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it and then I'm going to mute the Moog. And listen carefully, but it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to play it without the Moog, that section, because it's just a killer section. And then halfway through, I'll add the Moog in. And so then you'll be able to discern. Here we go. so here was another Moog section that we went into. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to solo that. I mean, you can get any sound out of this thing. So how would this work for musicians? Well, when you're writing a song like this one, whatever level you are, you're going to have a lot of time into that song. You're going to know, you know, the notes, the sounds, what goes. And so, like, when I get on this, that song is so pounded into my head. You know, I've got the guitars tracked. I've got the secondary parts tracked. I've got the basses tracked. We've got the drums tracked. And so, and then you're adding this in for the layers. You know, like my ears will just pick up on things of like what will work with it. And kind of in your head sometimes I'll know what I want ahead of time. But you can go in so many different directions with that. I'm just trying to be like honest and straight because obviously I'm not a synth player in a band, but man, this thing gets used. So let's play this section here, the other one. We're going to play, I'm going to press play with I'm going to mute the Moog. And then halfway through it, I'm going to add it in. So here's without. Kind of bridged it right into this section. Pretty cool. So let me see if there's another section I want to show you guys. All right, I'm just going to play everything. Okay, so let's start that right at the beginning again, right at that section. And this song's name is How So. So I'm going to solo it, okay? And then we'll let it play for a minute. We'll click it in. Kind of an atmospheric, you know. I think this is the best way to demo this for us guitar guys. Because you're just kind of seeing how it's working with songs. And I couldn't find a video out there on this like this. You know, it's got guys playing it and stuff. So let's click that back on. And I'm going to play it with everything. And then I'm going to mute it. The Moog. So check it out. Here's everything. Floating right in the background. find some other stuff in here real quick. I want to keep your guys' interest because this is really cool for when you're writing songs. Let's go right at the beginning. And we'll play it for a second here. Here's just a little Moog section right here. So... solo it, and you'll hear it like a lift off. Let's hear it one more time. That's my dog out there barking. We've got all the stuff open because of the weather. It's so nice here in Michigan. So it gives it like a nice, push in the beginning. So here it is with everything. Let's hear it one more time without that. So you can... Here's with it one more time. Big difference. All the little stuff adds up. So let's try one more song. And this song is called Gad. Not very much, but just a little bit of subtle stuff. So what I'll do is I'll start it right at the beginning. Solo. The cool thing about these two, like, this is not easy to recreate, so it gives you your own really unique sound. I'm always trying to capture these. John and I are when we're recording or when we're on this thing. Solo. Everything. Really just adds so much. So take these things off a minute. I think that's the cool thing about getting one of these or adding synths. I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of you guys are already doing that. Have your own tricks. I hope that gives a good example of like what you can do with these for like songwriting. I could continue on and show you a bunch more. What's nice about this is it's fun to use. Like I said, we have one plugin, I forget the name of it, and we used it for 2 seconds on a song. But this is just really creative. It's easy to use. I hope you guys dug that. And back here, because I didn't want it to just be about the Moog, I've got a couple other things before we shut the video down. But this is the Universal Audio Starlight delay pedal. I have a few delay pedals. Most of the stuff is on the board that's been there forever. got all kinds of pedals down here, but this is a really cool delay pedal. And I just figured I'd pop it up here because when you're using this, you can use all the pedals that you use on your guitar and with this. So I'll use a little bit of this. If I'm using that, I might use the Pog with this. And so that's something else to keep in mind. And just a quick shout out, if any of you guys are buying tubes lately, I've had really good luck with these. I just got 1,400 hours out of that Fortin. I clocked 1,400 hours on that thing in the last 11 months or whatever it is, or 10 months. And then one of them went. But, so these are the EL34Bs. I have these in a bunch of tubes because last year at this time, I was like, I'm getting strings, picks, and tubes because I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shortage on them. And I'm glad I did, because especially for the bass strings, that was something. But I also have the Tungsol preamp tubes, and these are the 12 AX7. There's a reason why I'm showing these. I put these in the Fortin Cali, and I took them out because they were really, really bright. And maybe if you have an amp that needs a little bit of juice, a little bit of, maybe it's not that bright. These are the gold tipped ones. I'm not going to need them, but maybe somebody out there, maybe this is helpful information. And if you guys that tuned in just for the Moog, this is a Baritone channel, and basically we're just creating music on here for ourselves, and there's one really cool thing for everybody. So the band of the week, this band is on Bandcamp. They're also on YouTube. They're called I Human, and it's like classical, neoclassical music. It's probably some of the best music I've heard in the last year. I would definitely check them out. I'm going to play a little bit of them, give you guys an idea. Now, is that magnificent or what? I always listen to classical if I'm driving in my car. How about that? This will blow your mind, you guys. It's called I Human. And give them a sub. Go check them out. Absolutely, amazing. And I've said it in other videos, if you're looking something a little heavier with some grit, check out Ulcerate. Love those guys. We just got a set of stereo distressors, and we're gonna run this thing through that, and we've got our outboard rack over there. But so we're kind of excited about that too. So yeah, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed some of the clips of the music. I kind of fumbled through it a little bit, but hey, we're just keeping it real. We're just making music, And we've got a lot that's going to be released. That's why you haven't seen anything. And man, have we got a killer 30 scale build coming. And right here from these guys, red layer. So that's going to be wicked, man. Awesome. Can't wait to show you guys that. So if you haven't subscribed, man, it would be awesome. You guys stay awesome. Take care.